Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So I just got done watching Dark Season 2 and boom, my mind is absolutely blown. So if you have not seen Dark Season 1 or Season 2, I highly recommend that you watch it because there's going to be a lot of spoilers in this review. So Dark Season 1 is one of my favorite series of all time. It's right up there with Stranger Things and High Score Girl. So Season 2 takes place right after the events of Season 1. So as you recall, Jonas actually travels from 2019 to the future, 2052. So it's 33 years apart. And then in Season 1, we actually went back in the past. Okay, we went back to 1986, Mikhail. So that's pretty much the beginning of everything. Jonas following Mikhail. And then before that, 1953, and then 1921. And so all of these things are now fleshed out after Season 1. So we kind of know what's going on. You know, we know who the families are, the Conwalds, the Dopplers, the Nielsen's, the Tittlemans. And so we understand what this town, Winden, and all these people, we kind of get a sense of how they're all connected to each other. And so I kind of thought, like, where else would they go from here? So the whole idea of them being in the future, I thought that was pretty sweet. But I kind of thought, like, I'm not sure how else they would be able to keep things interesting to surprise you. But boy, Season 2 completely proved me wrong. Because in Season 2, it really isn't just about Jonas being in the future. Because now it's really about how all of these events, the past events, the characters, how they truly are connected. And we learn so much more about these characters in way more depth than I thought would be imaginable. So first and foremost, we learn a lot more about Jonas. You know, his traveling, you know, his time between these different stages of his life. And we're also introduced to a very mysterious character as well, because in Season 1, Noah was the primary bad guy. But in Season 2, we are now introduced to Adam. And I'll get into further about who Adam is and how this is related to everything. But also within this story, we learn more about where the Nielsens came from. Because you recall Ulrich, he's actually trapped, I think, in like 1953, if I remember correctly. And we also learn a lot more about Noah, starting in 1921, and obviously up to the present time. And then we also learn more about Sigmundus, this organization headed by this mysterious person named Adam. And I was just like, wow, this is really getting into this a lot more depth than I thought. And even though I'm learning more about these characters, I really don't know about them, you know. And as we're going through this, we're kind of looking through it to the eyes not only of Jonas but each one of these characters, you know. So we learn more about Ulrich's perspective of things, you know. We see more especially about Claudia's perspective of things, and her father Egon, and also the Dopplers with Charlotte, their daughters Francisca and Elizabeth, a little bit more about her husband Peter, and it just goes on and on and on. And as I'm going through this, I'm constantly thinking, like, what's going on? You know, I kind of thought this stuff made sense, but it doesn't. So some of the key areas where it just absolutely just blew my mind, and I kind of saw things coming, but I kind of didn't. So the first and biggest surprise was the fact that Adam is actually Jonas. He's the much older version of the young Jonas, the middle-aged Jonas, and now the future Jonas. And he's the one who's heading up Sigmundus. He is the leader of all this. He is the quote-unquote bad guy, because Noah this whole time is actually just a puppet. You know, he was actually taken in like 1921, his sister Agnes, and they have a very complex relationship. And I did not expect Noah to not be the bad guy. And what was really mind-blowing to me, besides the fact that Adam is Jonas, is Noah is Charlotte's father. I did not see that coming, because we never really knew who Charlotte's real father was, because she was actually adopted. And I have to kind of look at my notes because there's so many characters. She was adopted by H.G. Tannhaus, who wrote that book about time travel and creating the time machine. But the thing is, he got that idea and he was given instructions by Claudia, who plays a big part in all of this. And we also find out that Claudia Titterman is actually the White Witch. And so you don't really know who the bad or good guys are. And you don't really know where each one of these characters, we kind of know where they're connected, but we don't know why they're connected, you know, and I'm still like processing that right now. And so Charlotte is not only Noah's daughter, but Charlotte is Elizabeth's mother, but Elizabeth is Charlotte's mother because she ends up having Charlotte with Noah in the future or the past or however you want to think. So it goes back to this whole thing where there is no beginning or end, you know, this whole bootstrap thing, and it's just mind bending, you know. And as I was watching this more and more, I just could not stop thinking about things, you know. Just when you think things are clear, they're not, and then at the same time, they're constantly giving you new things, and then whatever you thought earlier is probably not the truth anymore, you know. So you're constantly thinking, which version or which character should I trust? You don't know. And even the characters themselves, you know, you really feel like they're completely lost even still. And just when you think a character is going to, you know, act in a certain way, they don't. Like, for example, when Hannah went back in the past, she sees Eric and she leaves him there, which is crazy. And also a very touching moment is when Eric in the 80s finally gets to see Mikkel again. That was really awesome. And Mikkel gets to see Jonas again, a future version of Jonas. And all of these things, man, there's so many things that I could talk about. And if it's like I'm rambling a lot, going to different places, well, that's kind of how the whole Dark series is as well. They're going in a lot of different places. They're talking about a lot of different things. And it's hard for you to piece all of these things together because there isn't like a clear direction, you know, there isn't a clear structure basically for you to figure out. So that's what I really love about the way that the story is told. These are master level storytellers. I don't think time travel has ever been done as well as it has here, been done here with Dark. Absolutely amazing work. And they really take things on a very serious note, you know, and they don't spoon feed you things. You know, as with season 1 and even more so with season 2, you really got to think, you know, and that's what I love about it. They don't tell you what's going on. They just tell you enough so that you could, you know, keep going on this journey along with the characters themselves. And other things that were really surprising to me, and one that I didn't expect at all, was near the end or at the end of Dark Season 2, where Martha is killed by Adam, i.e. Jonas, and Jonas is right there as well, and she dies. I did not expect that. But the thing that was really surprising after that, absolutely surprising after that, was Martha shows up again. But it's not the Martha that you think she is. And when Jonas asks her what time that is from, you know, like, this can't be happening, she's like, not what time, what world. I think that's what she says. And so now, in season 3, not only are we going to be dealing with time travel, we're going to be dealing with multi-dimensions, alternate realities. And wow, boom, just my brain just exploded again. And I cannot wait for Dark Season 3. I absolutely love this series. This is the most thorough, intelligent, thought-provoking, you name it, weird, everything that I could think of that is the best of sci-fi, of storytelling. Dark has it. I hopefully they would do more than just season 3, but as I know, they're like Dark Season 3 might be the last one. So I really hope that they continue this series. I'm not sure where else they could go, but if they're going to be going to alternate dimensions, alternate realities, they could probably create a whole nother series just on that alone. So it'd be very interesting to see how they close all of these things in season 3 and how they pack all of these things together. And so that is my thoughts on Dark Season 2, my review, and just my overall admiration and respect for this particular series. I absolutely love this. So if you actually have any of your own thoughts of anything that happened in Dark Season 1, Dark Season 2, or maybe the upcoming Season 3, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And obviously, if you have watched this to the end, then you've already been spoiled of everything. So if you haven't seen it and you watch this whole review, then I'd still recommend you go see it anyway. Because Dark is something that every single frame, every single shot matters. And you could still miss a lot, even if you know what's going on. So anyways, thanks for watching. And if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Gold Content Creators group where you'll get access to 30 videos plus additional content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Gold Content Creators group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for checking out this episode. And as always, if you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button. And for full written content, audio content, and additional geek stuff, head over to geekoutdoors.com, and I'll see you outdoors on the very next episode.